was just reading the back of it. Does
Yeah.
that mean like other like dogs? You know how dogs can be fathers? Does that you're saying human males? So are you just saying that all people like other organisms aren't fathers, or?
So
And
this is
are
a
you-
funny question. I'm talking about gender ideology. Do you think dogs can be transgender?
No.
So this is about humans.
Well,
Yeah.
technically, it depends because there's obviously like you have your scientific reasons for being trans, like you have your multiple reasons. Like you have the reason of like I don't know how to explain it exactly, but you know how sometimes someone can be born with male parts but be a female.
That's a myth. What you're
It's-
talking about is
It's
what people describe as intersex people. They're not between sexes. They're not a
No.
third sex. Intersex, if I may just finish very quickly,
Yeah, sorry.
I'll help you out here. Intersex is an umbrella term
yeah.
for a variety of disorders of sexual development.
Uh-huh.
These are medical conditions. They're all different. There are some chromosomal abnormalities, but in
Yeah.
every single one of these cases, and you can Google this really quickly to discover it for yourself, they're still all male or female, and nobody is born with both functioning sets of gonads.
Well, you can have like, for example, you can have like a female with female parts, but you can have, I don't know how to say it, but like balls, right? They can have male parts inside them, but they still have the parts of a female and present and look like a female and live their life like a female, and then find out that they have male parts and they have more testosterone than a normal female. That would then make them a male.
No, so it doesn't. So what makes you male or female is the gametes that you're designed to produce. And there are very rare, so this, first of all, this has nothing to do with this issue.
Yeah.
Because it's got nothing to do with transgenderism.
Yeah.
But there are conditions, in about 0.018% of cases to be exact, there may be some ambiguity with genitalia.
Yeah.
And there are some males like Imain Khalif, that boxer in the Olympics who won the gold medal for the women. Well, he's actually a man.
Okay.
He has XY chromosomes, but when he was born, his testicles were internalized, his genitalia might have appeared female, and unfortunately they thought he was a girl.
Okay.
But then when puberty hits, he's fully male.
Okay.
He's producing testosterone, he's XY,
Yeah.
he's 100% male, but he had a deformity essentially, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he's a female.
Mhm.
But that is a separate issue to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about are these cases where, we've got beautiful young ladies like yourself who come to believe that really they're boys
Yeah.
and that they need to transition with puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones
Uh-huh.
and surgeries.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't be doing this to kids. It's causing all sorts of harm. And in most of these cases, if you read the reviews that were done by the NHS, 70% of these kids had 5 or more coexisting mental health comorbidities.
Yeah.
They have autism, oftentimes sexual abuse. In a majority of cases, one of the parents was missing.
Yeah.
So there's just trauma. And we need to help these kids, not harm them with drugs that have never been approved for this purpose, right?
Right,
So I'm
yeah.
just trying to protect them from the medical abuse.
So, like, are you saying that men, like, having autism and all these other mental health disorders is the reason people choose to change their identity? Or do you think it's just because they have the choice, like, they have the right to do that?
Yeah, so kids who are struggling are being deceived to believe that the reason for their struggles is because they're trans.
Okay.
But what does that even mean to be trans? Do you know?
Like, being trans, it's, like, in a sense, it would just be you do not believe you were born like either a female or a male, and then you grow and you realize you're like, I do not feel this way, like something about you feels incorrect. Like, obviously I don't know, I'm not trans myself, like I cannot speak for the trans people, but like they feel a certain way and they feel more comfortable as something else, like as a trans person. Like, obviously I don't know like 100% because I'm not trans, but like it's their choice at the end of the day. And if that's how they feel comfortable, then that's how they feel comfortable. It shouldn't be up to us or the mother or the father or grandparents or just the general public for us to like decide that that's how they should live. It's up to them at the end of the day.
I understand where you're coming from. My position is that we don't have gender identities.
Okay.
That's a term that was coined in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And really what it's referring to is personality. And when you look at the most used resources in the world, you might have seen this image of a gingerbread man. They call it the genderbread person.
Yeah.
And it defines your gender identity on there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in keeping with what all the gender clinicians at hospitals will say. It defines it as being based on your personality, your job, hobbies, likes, dislikes,
Okay.
roles in society, and expectations upon you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say it's pretty regressive and sexist really to say that someone's job determines their gender,
Definitely.
and I think you agree,
Yeah.
or their hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say a boy who is maybe more sensitive and likes to bake with his mom
Yeah.
instead of playing sports.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's kind of nonsensical and very wrong to say maybe he's a girl.
Yeah.
We should be telling him that he's perfect just as he is. But this ideology comes along and it does teach these kids who are not conforming to stereotypes that they must be trans. And if you look at historical studies into gender dysphoria where they have this distress,
Yeah.
a majority of these kids grew up to be gay. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It was mostly boys.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're telling these same little boys who would grow up to be gay that they're girls.
Mm-hmm.
We're blocking their puberty with a really harsh drug.
Yeah.
It's for prostate cancer,
Yeah.
endometriosis in women. It's given even to pedophiles to chemically castrate them because it takes their testosterone down to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're giving them the opposite sex's hormones. These are causing cancer at young ages.
Mm-hmm.
The puberty blockers cause bone demineralization.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know what these drugs are doing because this has never been done in the history of the human race.
Yeah.
And they're doing surgeries on kids too.
Mm-hmm.
And these boys, like you can listen to, I have a video I tweet it out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's from the president of the World Professional Association for Transgender Health.
Mm-hmm.
And he admits that none of the boys who started puberty blockers at Tanner stage 2, which is the beginning of puberty,
Yeah.
they're going to be like 11, 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
As adults, none of them have even ever had any sexual function. They've never been able to have an orgasm.
Yeah.
They're destroying future adult intimacy in little kids
Mm-hmm.
who are struggling with other issues.
Yeah.
We're medicalizing children based on a belief that they were born in the wrong body.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that's abusive just to teach them that. Then there's the medical abuse on top of it. Because again, when we come back to what a gender identity is,
Mhm.
you agreed, stereotypes don't tell us what we are.
Yeah.
So that's really all this ideology comes down to, and I think it's harmful. But the way that this is presented to society is it's compassionate, that they feel this way,
Mm-hmm.
and people want to be compassionate, and I get that. But I don't think it's nice to sterilize kids and turn them into lifelong pharmaceutical patients.
Like, I understand to an extent. Like, I understand to an extent. Like, you have, like, I think children are too open and exposed to the media, and then they'll believe things that maybe aren't true, but then they'll learn, they'll grow up, and then find out for themselves, like, that's not what I am. Like,
Yeah, we need to let them grow up.
You need
Their
to
brains are developing.
Yeah, and obviously, like, as a child, you're not allowed to transition. As a child, you cannot do that until you are a certain age. Like, the doctors will not do that.
So they have recently, only very recently,
Okay, yeah.
the NHS stopped prescribing puberty blockers, but you can still get them in private clinics.
Yeah, okay.
And existing kids who had just started them, even if it was 3 months before,
Mhm.
can stay on them. And it is still happening,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't be,
Yeah.
because these kids are struggling, and for most of them, they are on the autism spectrum and they've had sexual abuse. A lot of them are in foster care. It's just all the struggling kids. There's eating disorders. One older study said that 52% of the mothers
Mhm.
had borderline personality disorder
Mhm.
compared to just 6% of the population. So why is that? That's something we should be exploring.
Mhm.
This is really a social contagion affecting girls.
Okay.
And if someone came along,
Mhm.
if you were my daughter and someone came along and said that you were born in the wrong body,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to have a huge issue with that because they're trying to tell you that you're supposed to be something you're not.
Yeah.
And that is psychologically harmful.
Mhm.
It's affirming self-hatred.
Mhm.
What we should be saying is that you're beautiful just as you are, whether you like to climb trees, play in the dirt,
Mhm.
wear boy clothes and have short hair. Wonderful, you're a beautiful girl. That's the actual affirming
Yeah.
message.
I mean, I myself have always been quite a tomboy, and I grew up knowing the difference between being a tomboy and wanting to be a man. I've never had that problem. I think it comes down to being exposed to the media that then falls upon the parents, which you were correct, but that's not just the father, it's the mother too.
Of course, yeah.
It does depend on their situation, but at the end of the day, if that is the problem, it should be adults that are responsible. It shouldn't shouldn't be blaming the kids at all. Like the kid, it's all about the parents,
Oh,
adults.
100%.
Yeah.
Kids are innocent.
Yeah.
And this false ideology is being thrust upon them as a reason for their struggles.
Okay.
So I just want to protect them from lifelong medical harm. We need to let them grow up.
Yeah.
If they want to do something as an adult, that's a really, really different conversation.
Yeah.
They've matured.
Yeah.
I mean, little kids, they're just kids.
They're kids.
Right?
Yeah. It just comes down to the media at the end of
Yeah.
the day. But like if that's how they feel, like they're not gonna get access to what the blockers and the surgeries, because it's just not gonna happen now. Like it's never gonna happen. Like kids, since they are kids and they're still developing mentally, that would then harm them in a medical sense. That would be incorrect. In general, they're not going to get that treatment. So that's why, like, as you get it when you're older. So that's just never going to happen. Or it might. It
is happening.
Yeah.
But the UK has made progress because this was happening a lot to kids. There were 15,000 kids on the wait list at the Tavistock before it shut down. And still in the NHS, they want to do a clinical trial on kids, which can't be done ethically.
Yeah.
And there was a report done by a pediatrician named Dr. Hilary Cass. It's a 388-page report, and it found that there's really no evidence for transitioning children.
Yeah.
And of course, the risks are very immense. So anyway, it's just the world gone a bit mad.
Yeah.
And I'm just having conversations with lovely people like you,
Yeah.
so thank you for stopping.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Right,
Appreciate you.
Talking about your question, does that sign will strangle you around your neck?
No, it's okay.
That's what I've been looking at for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Trying to figure that out.
I know, I hear that a lot.
Bye.
Thanks.
Good.